Alright, so in this video what we're going to be doing is showing you how you can use the quadratic formula to solve quadratics. If factoring is not your cup of tea, this is an option for you. The one thing is later on when you take Algebra 2 or pre-calc, you'll realize that factoring does not always work. Quadratic formula, however, does, so it's always a nice tool to know. It does only work for quadratics that are set equal to 0. So you'll notice that I have the ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and it uses the coefficients of a, b, and c, putting them into this formula that we have here. And it is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now there is just a little bit of a song that I can show you to kind of for your enjoyment, I guess. And if you know Pop Goes the Weasel, that's the same idea here. So real quick, just for the fun of it, here's your song. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So now you should try and sing it to yourself. But I'm going to show you just with a couple examples real quick of how you can use the quadratic formula to find your solutions as well. So let's say you have 8x squared plus 18x minus 5 equals 0. So the good news here is that it's equal to 0, so I don't have to move anything around. I can see here that my value of A is 8, my value of B is 18, and my value of C is negative 5. So I'm going to go ahead and use my formula, plug in everything. So I have negative B, so negative 18 plus or minus the square root of B squared, so 18 squared, minus 4 times A times C, all over 2A, so 2 times 8. Now, this ends up being a little bit of a simplifying game, and you're going to have to be careful. I need to grab my calculator. Alright, I grabbed my calculator. I'm going to take 18 squared minus 4 times 8 times negative 5, and I get 484. So then I have the square root of 484 all over 2 times 8, which is 16. So we can do a little bit of simplifying here. I can take the square root of 484, which is 22. And so now you have negative 18 plus or minus 22 all over 16. At this point, we got to break it up into two different parts. So we have negative 18 plus 22 divided by 16. We have negative 18 minus 22 divided by 16. So negative 18 plus 22, negative 18, what am I doing? Plus 22, so that's 4. And 4 divided by 16 gives us 1/4. So there is one solution. Negative 18 minus 22 would give us negative 40. And negative 40, divide that by 16, and you're going to end up with negative 5/2. And so we have two solutions that are found here by using our quadratic formula. All right, let's try another one. We're going to go with, sorry, I'm going to pause it while I look for my... All right, here's the example that I'm going to go ahead and use. So A is equal to 2, B is equal to 25, and C is equal to 33. So we're going to plug everything in here. So x equals negative b, so negative 25 plus or minus the square root of b squared, 25 squared, minus 4 times 2 times 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a, so 2 times 2. So we get negative 25 plus or minus, and I'm going to take 25 and square it, subtract 4 times 2 times 33. and we get 361. So square root of 361 all over 4. 300 and square root of 361 is 19. So negative 25 plus or minus 19 all over 4. So now we're going to break this down into negative 25 plus 19. Divide that by 4. Negative 25 minus 19, and divide that by 4. So negative 25 plus 19 gives us negative 6 divided by 4, so negative 3/2. And negative 25 minus 19 gives us negative 44. Divide that by 4, and we get negative 11. Now, the two examples that we just did, both can be factored, but here, again, just wanted to show you another possibility.